But when it comes to diversity in medicine, there's still work to be done.
Research shows there are more white physicians in the U.S. than any other race or ethnic group. In tonight's cover story, our lead race and culture reporter Candace Redd is showing us why representation matters.
Well, Madison, Mike, good evening to the both of you. Now, when you go to the doctor's office, how many times have you seen a white doctor? Now, compare that to about how many times you've seen a black doctor. Well, now that I got you all thinking, here's how one black pediatrician is going against the statistics inspired by her very own father.
Knock, knock. How are you?
Good.
Dr. Stephanie Walton is the medical director for Walton Pediatrics and Medical Associates in Sacramento.
We believe that all kids deserve excellent medical care.
She cares for patients from birth to age 21 who live in underserved communities.
Those are the forgotten. Those are the kids who need not only medical care, but care in a loving, non-judgmental environment.
Dr. Vernon L. Walton founded the medical practice in the early 1960s.
Dr. Vernon L. Walton was, to me, my dad. He was a mentor to many and someone who just loved and adored kids.
He was also Sacramento's first black pediatrician.
Dad was born in Wynne, Arkansas, small town. He went to the University of Illinois for medical school.
Dr. Walton earned a medical degree in 1957 and completed residency training at Cook County Hospital in Chicago. He served as a Navy doctor for 2 years in San Diego. After that, he moved to Sacramento to continue work in medicine.
We moved to Oakland, where he did his residency in pediatrics, and then we moved back to Sacramento after that was finished.
Dr. Walton dedicated his life to improving the health and welfare of all children until he retired in 2010. 8 years later, he passed away.
I would have liked for him to see where we've taken the practice. This patient I saw yesterday, and I was just wondering about these labs.
Dr. Stephanie Walton is following in her father's footsteps, leading the medical practice.
The thing I like the most about my job is to come in and just impact the lives of kids because they impact my life as well. Which one is it that's bothering you?
It's going to be the right one.
Okay. My hope would be that we can continue to expand, that we can recruit physicians of color into this community, which has been a little difficult. That would be my hope.
Well, Dr. Stephanie Walton is working on keeping her father's legacy and mission alive. Again, the goal is to also see more representation in medicine. Now, let's get back to the question that I asked in the very beginning. Now, when you visit the doctor's office, how many times have you seen a white or a black doctor? I'll go ahead and break the ice. So for me, I rarely see black doctors, but when I do, I always strive to be their patient. That's just simply due to comfortability and understanding, especially when it comes to people who look like me. Madison?
Yeah, it's a really great question to be asking because it just gets you to think, right? And reflect on all the times you've been going to the doctor, the dentist, any one of those medical practices. And for me, when you asked me that question, my answer was no. I can't recall any time seeing a black doctor.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have to agree with that. And I will say representation does matter because when I'm looking for a doctor, I want an LGBT-friendly doctor.
There you have it. And again, for me, it's all about representation and why it matters, but not just in medicine, truly in all fields and professions. Madison?
Absolutely, Candace. And we are committed to telling stories that reflect our diverse communities. Is there something you want us to highlight or events that you want ABC 10 to know about? So text the Race and Culture team at 916-321-3310.